Yesterday, we covered the payback line, the clinical math of how we ensure our partners win before we even shout action on set or hire a first crew member. Today, we are talking about the engine that makes these movies' profits possible, the LEM model, or the limited environment movie, which is a production strategy designed to deliver a studio look on an indie budget. In the industry, people often call this a bottle movie, but for a director who understands the business of film, I'll call it a superpower that turns limitations into high-end production value. If day 2 was about how we protect the money, day 3 is about how we spend it with surgical precision on the actual craft of making movies and getting every cent onto the screen. Most people think filming in one building is a compromise, but in the art of cinema, staying in one room is actually the ultimate competitive advantage for the directors who wants total control. When you look at why independent films fail, it's rarely because of the script was bad. It's usually because of logistical bloat, where the production spends more time moving gear than actually filming scenes. In a traditional film, you might have 20 locations. That looks great in a screenplay, but in reality, it's a nightmare that bleeds the budget dry through permits, travel, constant setup, and changes. Every time you move a film crew, of 50 people, 3 trucks, and a mountain of lighting gear, you hit what we call a company move, which is silent killer for independent cinema. A company move takes 3 to 4 hours. That's half of your shooting day gone in just to pack up, unpack boxes instead of directing actors and focusing on the performance. By staying in one building, we effectively delete the company move from our vocabulary and gain 3 extra hours of high-end cinematography and performance every single day we are on set. Think about the math. Over a 10-day shoot, that is 30 extra hours of pure production time, essentially gaining 3 free days of filming just because we refuse to move the trucks. In our model, 90% of every dollar goes directly on the screen because we aren't wasting the budget on parking, coordinators, police, escorts, or the massive insurance premiums of street closure. Instead, we take that saved capital and put it onto the film craft. We hire a better director of photography, we rent Arri Alexa cameras, and we bring seasoned actors that can carry a feature film. It allows us to value engineer the production, meaning the gaffer can pre-light the entire building, allowing the directors to move from scene to scene without waiting hours for a new lighting setup. Movie making, control is our greatest asset. When you control the acoustics of the room and the consistency of the light, you guarantee a professional finish that major distributors will actually want to buy. The one room win also creates a creative pressure cooker where I can direct high stakes tension and character depth rather than trying to distract the audience with expensive car chases we can't afford. Forces the screenplay to be tighter, the dialogue to be sharper, and the pacing to be relentless because the narrative has nowhere to hide behind visual effects or pretty landscapes. As a Christian filmmaker, I believe the LEM model is a stewardship model that ensures I am being an excellent manager of the resources entrusted to me by focusing on message and the quality. I'm still here in this concrete stairwell. To the untrained eye, it's just a basement, but to a filmmaker, it's a controlled set where I can direct a masterpiece with zero wasted motion. Tomorrow we dive into day 4, why movies actually fail, where we look at the movie truck trap and how to ensure our production doesn't die before we ever make the first edit.